Hi and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you to explain in detail how to use the ee.filter function and why is it important to use it than the .filter function which is in the Google engine. So first thing, I'm going to show you how you can filter the for example we are going to filter the bounds. So we are going to filter the bounds, and then I will show you how to filter the date, and then we are also going to filter the cloud cover. So we are going to use the less than or equal to function. This is for cloud cover. Now first thing we need to do for filter bounds, we need to export our bounds or our boundaries. I'm going to the assets. I already uploaded this shapefile from my local machine. So this one, I have them here in my Google Ad Engine project. So I'm going to export this Mombasa admin one. So I click on this icon here to export or to import the shapefile to my GE project. So I'm going to rename this to Mombasa like this. So I also need to demonstrate this using a satellite image. So I'm going to use Landsat 8. I'm just going to type here in the search bar as Landsat 8 or L8. Then there, it is going to fetch through the Google Ad Engine data catalog, and then I will get this USGS Landsat 8 collection 2 tier 1 raw scenes. I'm going to click on this one, and then I'm going to copy this link here, which is a collection snippet. So I click on this to copy the link. Here I'm going to declare the variable and say var landsat supposed to be landsat 8 is equal to, then I paste this link here. So the ee for the image collection, ee.image collection, then the landsat image. So the filter ee.filter function, basically it is it helps us to filter the elements explicitly, or the objects, by using one of the various filter types provided by Google Ad Engine. So that way we are able to construct the filter objects, and these are employed to refine the image collection or the feature collections based on the specific criteria. And so for that case, if we are going to filter the bounds, then we are going to say we already have the image collection. So I'm going to say ee. So we already have the ee.filter or ee.image collection. That means if I type here filter like this, I'm still using the ee object here, so the Ad Engine object. So I say filter like this, and then inside this filter I'm going to say I need to put a dot here because we are using this. So ee.filter, so I say ee.filter. Then inside our filter we say then filter, so with the uppercase F, then filter, and here is where we are going to specify the bounds. So we say ee.filter dot bounds like this. Alternatively, we can use .filter bounds like this, and for this case that means that we are directly filtering our simple geometries directly. So it's not it's not such complex as this one, but this one, the filter function ee.filter.bounds, gives us more flexibility to query whatever the properties or the elements we want to get from our elements. So this one is much more is used to get the simplest features from the Ad Engine object. But if you use this, we want to get more, to have more flexibility on how to query our elements. So if I say ee.filter.bounds and I input the bounds as Mombasa, so I just copy this here and paste it as Mombasa like this. Then the next one is the filter.filter, then ee.filter dot, so the next one is date, so I say filter date, then the date function. We are going to take something like so we are going to begin from 2016 January, and then January and what else, January date first. Okay, then here I say, so we are coming from 2016 January to December, so I say 2018 December 31st, like this. Okay, so you can see here we have the ee.filter function, which takes parameters. For example, we have ee.filter.area, ee.filter.bounds, and for bounds you can see it takes in geometry and the error. Okay, then the date, we have ee.filter date, ee.filter.date, then the start date and end date. So that means our start date is this one and end date is this. Okay, so the next one is the cloud cover. We are going to use the logical operator that is less than or equal to. So here I say field.filter, then filter ee.filter dot less than or equal to, and this, if we check this one here, I don't know if I'll find it, but we can just try to look at it. So ee.filter dot less than or equal to, you can see we have less than or equal to, and then this one, if you click on this, you'll see the filter on metadata less than or equal to the given value. So the alternative of this is like this. So we say dot filter metadata like this. Then we pass in the, for example, we say cloud. This needs to be in quotes. So we say cloud underscore cover. Then we pass in the value. For example, less than 10. Yeah. So for this one is the same way. So we say filter ee.filter, then inside this we pass in this as the parameter. So we say ee.filter dot less than or equal to, then it's the same way. So we say we want cloud underscore cover. As we are trying to type this in, you can see if you hover over the function, you see it says ee.filter dot less than or equal to called with too few arguments, expected arguments name and the value. So we are filtering the metadata for cloud cover, and then we need the value, for example, as 10. Yeah. Okay, so that way we have filtered the bounds, date and cloud cover using the ee.filter dot something or the property that you want for flexibility. Okay, so I'm going to print out this. So I can say print, I say print, then you can print Landsat 8. Yeah, Landsat 8, I hope so. Okay, that way. So if I save this and then say can save as filter function, save as filter function. Okay, then we are going to run this. Yeah, it is going to run, but then we did not center our object. So what I'm going to do is down here I'm going to say map dot center map.center object, and the object is Mombasa. Then we pass in the zoom level, can say something like 12. Okay, save and run this. Yeah, so we are centered here in Mombasa. The next thing is to add the layer. So I say map.add layer, and I'm adding the layer, and the layer is Landsat 8. I copy this, paste, then I say dot mean. I just want to get the mean. Then I say dot clip, and we are clipping this to our area of interest, that is Mombasa. Then after that, we need to pass in the visualization parameters, which I'm going to leave as empty, and then the name of our layer. I say can just say filter. No, not filter. I say Landsat 8. Yeah, like this. Then I'm just going to save, and need a semicolon here. I'm going to click on save, and then run the code. Yeah, so you can see here we have a filtered image, which have filtered the bounds, date, and the metadata. So this is an alternative way to use the filter function. Otherwise, as I said, we can comment out this and we can still get the same. If I just say filter, no, I need to say dot. So ee.filter, filter bounds, yeah, filter bounds, ee.filter bounds, and I say Mombasa, like this. Then I say dot filter, dot filter date. So this is for date, and the date is, as always, start date 2016 January, date 1st. Then the end date is 2018 December 31st. Okay, then for clouds, I'm going to say filter metadata, like this. Then I say cloud underscore cover less than or equal to 10. Okay, so for filter metadata here, we need to pass in 3 arguments. You can see we need also to pass the logical operator. So here, if we say dot filter metadata, the object is this cloud cover, and then the operator is, we can say, less than. So here we need to say less than, and this is less than the value. So the value is, you can say 10%. Okay, like this. Then we are going to save and then run. So this is the same way as using the ee.filter the properties, but this one is much more simpler if you have you know what you are actually doing. For example, you just know you want to filter out the cloud cover, the date, and the bounds, but this one gives you more flexibility, and you are free to pass in the other elements or the other arguments which you want to filter from Ad Engine. Yeah, so this was it. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, and also if something is not clear, you can leave a question in the comment section. I'll go through it and I'll try to respond to the questions as much as I can. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.